Meditation is no longer optional. You don't have the luxury anymore of whether or not you're going to do it. It's become a necessity. This is because your mind is under attack from external forces. You can call this the matrix. And unless you take control back of your mind through meditation, your energy is being drained, which is leaving you weak and purposeless and aimless. So in this video, I want to explain to you how your mind is under attack, how this is affecting you, how starting meditation will plug these holes and strengthen you. And at the end of the video, I'll share with you what I have found to be the most powerful form of meditation, the ultimate game changer of meditation. So make sure you stick around for that. But before I start, what I want to share with you is a quick meditation tip. This is for those people who do meditate currently, and maybe you're lacking a bit of inspiration. This one tip was a game changer for my own practice. And it's very simple, but it will skyrocket your results. This tip is to have more intention every time you meditate. Bring more focus, more intensity. Really try to have the best meditation that you can have every time you meditate. That should be your intention. I share this with you because throughout my meditation journey, there'll be times where I just couldn't be bothered, or I was just trying to get through it because I wanted to cross it off my to-do list. I know there's a lot of people out there. You've developed this habit of meditation and you just want to do 15-20 minutes to say, I meditated today, but you're not actually bringing much intention to the practice. If you've fallen into this rut and your practice is now this kind of weak meditation, you're probably not getting anything out of it. You'd be probably better off if you just didn't meditate. The only way you get results is when you bring that intensity. Just to give you an example, an analogy that I like for this is, if you go to the gym, you'll usually see two types of people. One sort of person, they show up, they give maybe 50 or 60%. There's another sort of person who goes to the gym and they're giving close to 100% every time they go. They're out of breath, they're exhausted. They can't barely drive the car home because their arms and legs are so sore. Now, I want you to be that sort of person who gives it 100%. That is where the results are with most things in life, especially with meditation. So if you are one of them people who just goes through the motions just to get through it, just to cross it off your to-do list, I challenge you to give more, to try harder, to bring more intensity, bring more focus, and do it every single time. Trust me, if you just implement this small tip, you will see results within a short period of time. So I wanted to give you that because if you don't watch anything more of the video, I wanted to leave that with you. So go ahead and practice that. Now I would like to talk to you about how your mind is under attack. I'm going to share with you 3 or 4 reasons, although I believe there is many. The first reason is information overload. Yes, we live in the information age. There's information everywhere. You can't get away from it. And there's just more and more of it accumulating every minute of the day. However, a lot of the information that we are consuming is not productive. It's a waste of time. It's robbing our attention and energy. If you go on social media and if you're on there for 10-15 minutes, you will be exposed to all different types of information. And most of this information is not supporting you or helping you. Until you can begin to filter out the information that you actually need, that is supportive of you, you will continue to be kind of swamped by all this information and it kind of clogs you up. It's like if you eat too much. If you just kept consuming and consuming, you're not going to digest that food. That is what's happening. All this information is making you kind of lose yourself in it. What I would suggest you do to stop this information overload is to have a vision or have some clear goals of the direction you want to go in, and that'll give you a filter for the information you should allow in, rather than just allowing everything in. So I heard this very interesting stat, which I wanted to share with you. I don't know how true it is. And it said the average person today is exposed to more information in one single day than your ancestors were in a whole year. I think that paints the picture of the problem we're dealing with. you might think, well, it's good, I'm being exposed to all this information, it's developing me and evolving me. I think that's true to a certain extent, but it's only true if it's actually helping you and supporting you. Bringing me back to my other point is you need to have some vision and some type of goal of where you are going so you can filter out the bad information, the stuff that is not supporting you. You're going to have to audit the type of information you're taking in, which is going to be a long process, but that's what you'll have to do. The second reason your mind is under attack is because your attention is being hijacked. This is something that I've struggled with a lot, poor attention. A lot of people nowadays have ADHD. They can't focus very long. The culture, the society, the technology is ruining your attention. And you might not think much about this, but with weak attention, you have weak focus. If you have weak focusing ability, you cannot really concentrate, therefore you cannot create much change. For you to create change in your life, you need to have a strong, unwavering focus. So all these technologies, social media, Netflix, games and everything else, it's ruining your attention span, which is actually ruining your capacity to change your life. If that's not a strong reason to start meditating, I don't know what is. Life's a little bit too easy in the West, which is not necessarily a bad thing if you have the right priorities and the right values, but if you don't, and you're distracted and you're consuming all the time, it's going to swallow you up. And the third way your mind is under attack is constant stimulation. Just the things we've been talking about. If you're always on your phone and you're always doing something, you're always stimulating yourself, you're always consuming, your nervous system feels everything. Okay? It's always reacting to something. And that can put you into survival states. It can literally burn your system out. Your system needs peace. Your system needs some quiet time. That is why you should probably meditate, because it calms your system down, calms your nervous system down. One of the biggest things that's keeping you constantly stimulated is emotional content, especially things like the news, social media. Now, I know there's a lot of bad things going on around the world, but what I've realized is if I watch too much of the news, I get angry. And when I'm angry, I'm not very productive. And what I've realized is I need to take care of myself first, raise my own consciousness, and then hopefully I can do something that can help other people. But just sitting there getting consumed by news and online content, getting triggered and activated and emotional, it's not helping you, it's not supporting you. So you might need to detach from some of these things if you want to regain your own mental strength and power. So now I want to talk to you about what will happen when you start to meditate on a regular basis. The first thing is you'll get to know yourself more. Do not underestimate the capacity of knowing who you are. So we live in a world now, like I've been talking about, where we are constantly stimulated, we are constantly consuming information, and you can lose who you are, or you might not know who you are because you're always being told to be a certain type of way. And if you lose yourself like this because you're constantly consuming, then you have no power. Your authenticity is your power. When you detach and spend more time meditating, you begin to clear away and you begin to detach from the things that are not you. You start to find out who you are, what makes you unique, what is your purpose, why are you here? You will not find your purpose in books or even YouTube videos. You'll need to go quiet and find it within yourself. That's the only place. And with so much stimulation and information, it's easy to lose that. So you will find yourself if you meditate long enough. The second thing, just off the back of the first reason, is you'll develop a stronger sense of self. Again, when you don't know who you are, you have a weak sense of self. This means you are susceptible to things like people pleasing, or doing things you don't want to do, or worrying about what other people think about you, or anxiety, because you have a weak sense of self. When you start to go deep in meditation and you find who you truly are, your sense of self develops. You have more autonomy. Your energy expands because you're not leaking it out to these apps and technologies. You need a stronger sense of self if you want to be happy in this life, if you don't want to worry about what other people are thinking. The third reason you need to meditate is because meditation clears your subconscious junk. The reason a lot of people have attention problem is because their mind is too cluttered. All that clutter is subconscious junk. It's the junk you are constantly consuming. It's all accumulating in your mind. Like I said, it's like you're eating too much and you're not able to digest it. With all this consumption and unconscious junk, you have no clarity. And with clarity, again, you won't know who you are and where you are going and why you are here. You'll just be going round in circles, getting nowhere. You'll have bad focus, bad concentration. You won't be able to keep your mind on one thing long enough to actually see any type of results. So you need mental clarity. Meditation will give you that. These are just a couple of benefits that I came up with, which I hope will convince you to start meditating. But there's probably hundreds, literally, of benefits that you get from this. Now, to end the video, I just wanted to share with you how I meditate, right? This is the most powerful form of meditation I have discovered. And it's just to become conscious of consciousness. So I'll explain what it is, and then you will need to practice it regularly. Consciousness is your awareness. If you close your eyes, get quiet, get silent, you'll notice nothing, right? That nothingness, we can call it awareness. In this meditation, you just want to keep your attention on this awareness. What's going to happen is you will get distracted. Thoughts will come up, feelings will come up. You'll get bored and your mind will want to kind of wander off. It'll want to pull your attention away. When that happens, you need to bring your attention back to consciousness, awareness, and you just keep your attention on that for as long as you can. Every time it wanders, you bring it back. Every time it follows some thought, you bring it back. And every time you do that, you're strengthening your willpower. You're developing better concentration skills. And the longer you do this, the more your consciousness expands. This happens because you are energizing consciousness. That gives it growth. It's like that quote where attention goes, energy flows. So you constantly keep giving energy to consciousness, which is essentially God, the substance of the universe. That begins to expand and grow, and that practice alone will heal you, fix your life, improve your concentration, allow you to manifest whatever you want. But you need to stick to the practice. Pay attention to consciousness. You are energizing it. You are giving it power. You are helping it grow and expand. Do this as much as you can. It's all you need to do. This practice alone will change your life, right? It is what you need in this modern environment where everyone's minds are under attack. You need to strengthen yourself, defend yourself, and become someone who is immune to attack. So that's all I've got to talk about in this video. I hope it helped some of you out. If you want to watch any more videos like this, check out these right here. But until next time, God bless.